look, and honestly really love it. And I did have this in one of my videos earlier on, and I think it was my Makeup Revolution haul, and I have not had any time to actually do a tutorial on that, and I've just managed to sit down and film one. All of these products that I've used I bought with my own money, and I absolutely love them, and also they're all 100% drugstore. Every single one of them are from the drugstore, and they're so super affordable, and I'm so happy that I've managed to find a concealer that actually works for under my eyes, because I was saying on my last tutorial that I can only find the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and that's the only thing that works. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and it's coming up right now for you. Bye! So I'm going to start off by using two primers, and the first primer I'm going to use is my Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and I'm just going to put this on the oily parts of my face. So I'm just going to pop this onto my forehead and also onto my chin as well. And then I'm using my Maybelline The Baby Skin Pore Eraser, and I'm just going to pop this wherever I have really bad pores, and this tends to be on my nose and on my cheeks as well. So I'm just going to pop this on, and this one's like a clear gel that you put on, so it's completely different to the Stay Matte Primer. For my eyeshadow base, I'm using my Dainty eyeshadow base. I'm just going to be popping this all over my lid, and this just neutralises everything on the skin, so you can't see all of the veins or anything like that. And for my eyeshadow look, I'm using my Makeup Revolution Iconic Pro 2 palette, and this is a dupe for the Loreal Pro 2 palette, so if you have that one then you can just create this look using that palette. So the first shade that I'm going to take is this one, and it's called the shade Chase, and I'm just going to be using an angled brush for this, and I'm just going to be popping this into my crease. And I'm just going to take this up a bit higher as well. And then I'm just going to take this shade here, which is the shade Awaken, and I'm just going to pat this all over my lid. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm just going to press this all in. And this is a gorgeous rose shade as well. Next I'm going to take the shade Ambition, which is this gorgeous jade green colour, and I'm just going to be popping this on the outer V. And I'm just going to be working this up into the crease as well. And then I'm just going to take the other end, and I'm just going to completely blend all of this in. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this black shade here, and I'm just going to be popping this right on the corner of my eye, just to darken this up a little bit. And you don't want a lot of this, you just want a tiny amount. And then blend that in. And then I'm going to go back in with the rose gold shade, and I'm just going to be patting this back on. And then for my highlight shade, I'm going to use this colour here, which is sort of like a white shimmery shade. And I'm just going to pop this underneath my brow bone. And just blend all that out. Next I'm going to take my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and I'm also going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundations. I am absolutely in love with this foundation at the moment, and because I am tanned, I'm going to use the shade 12 and also mix it with the shade 11, which is Vanilla. And as you can see, I have a lot of redness and blemishes on my skin at the moment, and this pretty much just covers it up straight away. And then pat this into my skin. And this doesn't match my face colour, but it does match my neck colour. Next I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15, and I'm just going to be popping this underneath my eyes, just so I can highlight and also conceal, and also pop it into the blue parts of my eyes. And I'm going to do a little triangle motion as well at the bottom. And I'm just going to take my sponge again, and I'm just going to buff all of this in. And then I'm going to take my buffing brush again and just make sure that all of this is buffed in. And then I'm just going to set all of my under eye concealer with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. And also going to set my forehead as well. and my chin. And then taking my concealer again, I'm just going to pop it down the bridge of my nose. And then set that with my powder again. And then go back in with my Iconic Pro 2 palette. I'm going to go ahead and use the Jade colour again. And I'm just going to use an angled eyeliner brush for this. And I'm just going to pop this on underneath right here. I'm only going to go halfway with the Jade colour. And then I'm going to go in with the Rose colour again. I'm just going to join this up from the inside all the way to the Jade shade. And then I'm just going to go back in with the white that we used for a highlight shade and just pop this on the inside of my eye. And then I'm going to take my Rimmel eyeliners in the shades black and white, and I'm going to use the black one just to tightline my upper waterline. And then also do my bottom waterline, but only go to where the Jade shade is. And then I'm going to use my white one just to go on the inside of my eye and also on the lower waterline. And then I'm going to use my Collection Extreme 24 Hour Felt Liner, and I'm just going to do a cat flick on my eye. And then for mascara, I'm taking my Maybelline Big Eyes Rebel Black Mascara. I love the Big Eyes mascara, it makes my eyelashes really nice and long. And I'm just going to do one coat of this. And then I'm using the smaller one to just do the lower lashes. And then taking my Rimmel eyebrow pencil, I'm just going to be doing my eyebrows, and I'm also going to use my Costco eyeshadow palette in the colour Chocolate. And this takes me ages to do my eyebrows, so I think I'm just going to fast forward this bit so you don't need to be here for ages watching me do them. So now that I've done my brows, I'm going to go into my eyelashes, and I'm going to use my Eylure Lashes in this style 100 or 110. I'm not quite sure, but I'll link it down below just so you know exactly which ones that they are. So everyone knows how to put on eyelashes. You just put them straight on where the base of your eyelashes actually are. And then I'm just going to pat these on. These are honestly my favourite eyelashes at the moment. They go with every single look. They're not too thick and they're not too thin. They go for pretty much everything, and it just gives a really nice look. If you can see, they look so much more bigger than my natural lashes. So now that I've done all of my eye makeup, I'm going to go on to contouring, and I'm going to use my favourite contour kit at the moment, and it's the Barry Chisel Cheeks Contour Kit. I honestly really love this palette, and also if you're unsure of how to contour, they do have the directions in there, and they have 3 different shades as well. So I'm going to use the middle shade, and I'm going to use my Zoeva 109 brush, and this is honestly my favourite one for contouring. I can't believe that I've only just managed to find it because it's just absolutely amazing. And I'm just going to use this on the hollows of my cheeks. So I'm just going to tap off the excess. And this brush is so precise, it's unreal. And I'm just going to do the cheeks and then go up a little bit higher as well. And I'm just going to do my forehead as well because I have a giant forehead. So I'm just going to do the parts here. And we're not going to leave it like this, we are actually going to be buffing this in so it's not going to look like really harsh lines. And I'm just going to contour down the sides of my nose as well because I have a giant nose and we need it to look a little bit thinner. And then I'll do it in the base of my nose as well. And honestly, I see a huge difference when I contour my nose. It just looks so much better for me. And then I'm going to use my giant Eco Tools Stone Bronzer brush. And I'm just going to buff these lines out. I'm going to buff them up backwards. And then go up to the top as well. And then just buff all of these lines out where I've done the top. and buff my nose ones a little tiny bit as well. And for my blush, I'm using my Makeup Revolution blush and contour palette, and I'm going to use this shade here, which is sort of like a peachy, orangey, browny colour. It's not really coming off as good on camera, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I do have swatches of all of these on my blog, which I'll link down below for you as well. So I'm just going to be taking a blush brush and just tapping off the excess. And I'm just going to be popping this on the apples of my cheek. And you honestly don't need a lot of this, you need a tiny amount, because a little goes a very long way on this because it's so highly pigmented and I love them. And then taking my Eco Tools giant brush again, I'm just going to buff this out so it's not as bright and it also isn't as harsh as well. And as highlights, I'm using a tiny amount of this highlighter right here. It's literally just like a splodge is all I'm going to use. I'm just going to put this on the tops of my cheeks. Last thing that I'm going to do is my lips, and I'm just going to line my lips using my Essence lip liner in the shade In the Nude, and I'm just going to be popping this all around my line. And then for my lipstick, this is my favourite one at the moment. I'm wearing this pretty much every single day. And this is the Lip Lava by Makeup Revolution, and I'm not quite sure what the shade is. I can't remember which one I got. It might be Forgiven, but I'm not quite sure. It's either Forgiven or Tremor, so I'm going to link that down below just so you know exactly which shade it is. And this is a gorgeous shade, and it's also a dupe for the Too Faced Melted Lipsticks. So I'm just going to put this on all over my lips. It goes on like a lip gloss, but then it dries like a lipstick, which is absolutely amazing. So this is my finished makeup look. I honestly really love it. I've never used green on my eyes before, and I really do like the way that this looks. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye! I don't know what I'm doing now. I cannot find what I need. My brush, where's my brush? I can't find my brush. Look at my hair.